to devise some kind of method or strategy to offset some of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently. We have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man will go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
sense.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
In my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get mad. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Inmate.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle? You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. It's me now. Hear my truth now. I'm here to speak and make it clear. I'm sorry, y'all, for all I've done, but I'm not the only one in a dark place. I told some lies, but I'm not the only one. We all got secrets under the sun. In the shadows, we played the game. Now I'm standing here taking the blame. A lot of y'all was at the freak off too, so don't put it all on me. That's just the truth. I've been up and down this road trying to find my peace. Confessions of a man without a release. Oh, now, hey. In the mirror, I saw the truth hiding in plain view. I'm coming clean now, this burden to undo. We were all there dancing shadows in the night, acting wrong when we knew what was right. But deep inside, there's more you must see. In this room of mirrors, it's not just me. I walk this path with heavy chains, trying to shed those sins, erase the stains. I've seen the highs and the crushing lows, fading in the spotlight. That's how it goes. Now I'm standing here, hard on my sleeve, trying to clear the air, let the demons relieve. Every wrong turn and every mistake led me to this moment, let my soul quake. Plays a part in the shadows deep, lost in the game. With promises to keep. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. All right. And as per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Exit stage left. Okay, so let's see who is in here. All right. AJ Matthews, Luna Walker is here. That Crazy Beach Aries. All right. Nita's in Mike's World. The Crazy Beach Aries says, as you come into the queendom, dust your feet off and pay homage to the Queen of Receipts, Dr. Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. Thank you, beloved. All right. Claudette is here. The lovely T. Okay. Brutha is here. My aunt Egypt. Bongani is in the house. All right. Terry Hinton. Perplex. Deronda. Sophie B is here. Let's get into it. Jeff ATL. AJ Matthews. Did I say you? Nessie X Pearly. Shalavit is in the house. 504 Nola. All right. Shout out to all of my loyal royals in the chat and my moderators putting in work. Let's get into it. I see you, Charm, Queen Sam, December White, Danielle. All right. So let's get it started. Y'all know I'm late as usual. I am late as usual. So I'm going to put this link in the chat. That's the link to the next broadcast that's coming up right after this one. Okay. We're going to be talking about Kabami and Donald Trump. Okay. Now, before I get into today's commentary, which is also nefarious, honey, Diddy is in even more trouble. Okay. Now an inmate has been given or granted a temporary restraining order against Diddy. Now, this man sued Diddy for $100 million, claiming that Diddy raped him at a party back in the 90s. So this is all crazy. And I'm going to show you some clips from the lawsuit. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because I have a lot of stuff to talk about, and I have to be on this other live in a minute. But also, Young Miami came out and spoke for the first time. She sat down for an interview with Saucy Santana and spoke about her and Diddy's relationship. So we're going to get into all of that. Hey, Tico. All right. So before we get into that, hey, G from the land. Before we get into that, I want to show you all a clip from my broadcast on the backup channel from yesterday, when someone informed me that Ricky Smiley was talking all the trash, okay, about Black content creators and going in on people, you know, for not supporting Kamala Harris. Now, I find it interesting because who the hell does he think he is? Like, this really gets on my nerves when people just think they can go in on people because we don't support Kamala. We don't have to. We don't owe her anything. Okay, when will they get it? And so let's just get into it. I'm going to show a few minutes of this broadcast. Hey, Joy. And because at the end of the day, that crazy bitch Eric said Ricky Smiley can't act. Exactly. Now I'm going to show a bit of this. I did a TikTok about it yesterday because I was just so annoyed with him. He's a bootleg, like really sit down somewhere. But they want to act like we're the ones that are the problem because we're not supporting this woman who's done nothing for us and already told us that she won't. Okay, so let's get into it. Lights up, everyone. Please like and share. I have questions.
And the social media stuff. Like, that's just garbage.
Yeah.
It's just garbage. Everybody got to find. Can't agree on a damn bucket of chicken. One person want a hot dog. I always come.
Ricky Smiley can't act because Ricky Smiley can't act. I don't know why he wore a dress.
Folks get on my damn nerves, man. Why everybody making all these celebrities making all these videos going off on Kamala Harris and stuff, and then the black men, Kamala Harris didn't prosecute you and treated you bad in court. I got treated bad in court too, but I'm with her because a vote for her. If you sit at home and you don't support her, you're definitely supporting Donald Trump. You can vote for who you want to, but don't be trying to encourage other people and sit up there and put bad stuff. Where's that same energy for Donald Trump?
Here's the funny thing. He's sitting there saying that you're trying to encourage other people when you're talking about Kabami. Isn't that what he's doing? He's trying to encourage other people too. So let me just get this straight. So it's okay for him to try to encourage and influence other people to vote for Kabami, but not for other people to try to influence people to not vote for Kabami? Is that how it goes? You see how this is so hypocritical and so contradictory? Please pay attention. He sounds ridiculous, but let me continue. And like I said, just because you don't have to sit here and praise Kabami, you don't have to sit here. We don't owe her anything. And the problem is the people that are speaking about her, for the most part, are telling the truth. People are presenting the facts. Now he's trying to gaslight and say for the black man who said that she did you wrong or this and that, he got done wrong too. We don't care how you got done wrong. We're talking about specifically the people that had to go through a judicial system where Kabami Harris was in charge. Okay, at the end of the day, he needs to sit down somewhere. Who does he think he is? And furthermore, even the bigger question is, who does he think we are? Okay, just because we're not Democratic shields, just because we're not going to sit there and fall for the banana in the tailpipe again, because we already did so with no Obama. And yes, I said no Obama. This is the Negro that would stay on the plantation. He wouldn't leave when the rest of us were plotting our escape. This is the Negro who would go to Massa, knock on the back door and say, Massa, they's trying to leave. This is the one. That's him right there. He's the one who would snitch. Okay, I want y'all to pay attention.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like, don't vote for it. It is what it is.
Y'all not even out here doing real research. To look at her record, if you do the research or whatever, stop believing everything you read and do real research, you can see what a record is. You can see what she have done.
See, this is another thing they keep saying. Y'all are not out here doing real research. Well, what is his definition of real research? And then he's insulting our intelligence by saying that we're just listening to whatever. Well, here's the thing. If we were all just listening to whatever, why aren't we listening to him? And people like him who are spewing the same talking points. I have questions. What research does he really have in facts?
I think you can Google what Kamala Harris done for the black community. of things that black people benefit from a lot.
Now, I want you to pay attention because he just said something very important. You have to really be paying attention when you catch people like him, to catch them. He literally just said, y'all need to be doing real research. You out here just listening to people. And then he said, I think that you can Google what has Kamala Harris done for black people. He said, I think that you can Google. Now, you know why that's important, beloveds? Because if he says he thinks, then that means he ain't done no research. Because if he did research, he would know for a fact where you can find the information. He said, I think you can Google it. So who really did research? Who's really doing real research? Ricky Smiley. I don't know why Ricky Smiley can't act.
We need to stand with her. We need to stand with her. She's great. She will make a great president. And what a blessing to be living in the time where a black woman can become president of the United States of America. In our time, we get a black man and a black woman.
Now I want y'all to pay attention. You see, this is the mindset and the mentality of fools like Ricky Smiley. Only thing he's worried about, not her policies, not what she's going to do or wants to do or can do for us. What he's concerned about is, oh, this is a great time to have where we're living in America where a black woman can be president. We had a black man. You see, it's Negroes like him. That's a flex for him. That's what he's worried about. That's the only thing. So he's only, and I want y'all to pay attention because there's a whole lot of Ricky Smileys out here who's doing the same thing. The only thing he's concerned with, the only reason he wants to see her win, the only reason he's out here campaigning, though he's not even on her campaign trail, the only reason he's doing all of this is because he is so excited at the notion that a black woman can be the first female president. That excites him. That's symbolic. That's just symbolic. Please pay attention. That's all that is. Doesn't mean anything significant is going to happen for us. Doesn't mean that it's going to benefit us. How's that going to benefit us? Because we can say, oh, yeah, we had the first black female president. I'm sorry. What's that going to do for our lives? How's that going to impact us positively? How's that going to help us to come out from under oppression and being subjected to certain things? How is that? At the end of the day, this is what he's all about. So he's literally saying, pay attention, that he's only voting for her because she's black, as far as he's concerned. Okay? As far as he's concerned.
Become president, that's unheard of. Come on, stop it. Be on the right side of history. Be on the right side of history. That's so, it's just the Amber Rose and everybody got all these videos and stuff and talking about Kamala Harris talking out of both sides of her. How would you say something so disrespectful? Even if you felt that way, I wouldn't dare make a video or say nothing like that to the vice president of the United States of America.
Who gives a damn what you would or wouldn't say, Ricky Smiley? Who cares what you wouldn't say or what you wouldn't do, Ricky Smiley? Because this is what Ricky Smiley is right here. That's what Ricky Smiley is. So we know he wouldn't say it because he's a whole bootlick. And so are the rest of the Negroes like him, Roland Martin and others who are mimicking the same Van Jones, the same talking points, trying to make us feel, trying to guilt us into feeling that we are obligated because we need to vote for her simply because she's black. And that's all he's talking about. I want you all to pay attention. He's not talking about her policies. Ricky Smiley is not talking about her policies and what she's going to do to affect change, how she's going to do anything beneficial, how she's going to get this country out of an economic decline. He's not talking about any of that. All he's talking about and trying to drill in our heads is the fact that she's black. You want to be on the right side of history. His little cheerleaders in the background keep saying. That's it. That's all you got for us, that she's black. We're not falling for it, Ricky Smiley. You can shut the hell up. All right?
That's trying to stand up and that's going to possibly pick 2 United States Supreme Court justices or whatever to try to keep the laws in place that Thurgood Marshall and all of the people that have paved the way and try to redo and get back into some of this settled law, women's rights to choose your voting rights and Brown versus the Board of Education.
Let me tell you all something. Let me tell you all something right now. Now he's trying to bring up Thurgood Marshall. See, that dog will not run either. Because here's the thing. He's acting like, oh, if she gets in there, she's going to add some more black Supreme Court justices. Well, even if she does, let's look at the ones we already have. Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas is what? Ketanji Brown Jackson. Okay, so I'm sorry. Say what? That doesn't mean anything to me either. Because a lot of these black folks that they put in positions, high positions of status and all of that, they're already sellouts. They're raccoons. Okay, so don't let that be a talking point that you fall for.
Do your homework.
Hold up. Let me just tell you something right here that could be very historic. And Kay pointed this out to me. If Kamala Harris is elected, she would be sworn in.
She could be sworn
on
in
MLK Day.
By the first black Supreme
and
Court.
And possibly by Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Yes.
Does that not give you chills?
Stop it.
Does not.
Are y'all hearing this? Are y'all really hearing this? Does that not give you chills? If she's sworn in, she could possibly be sworn in by Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. And your point is? So one raccoon swearing in another one, that's supposed to get me excited? That's supposed to give me chills? That's supposed to make me go run and vote for Kabami? I want you all to hear this. Yes, PDQ, they are sick. They're ignorant, so insidiously obtuse they are, that they think that we're supposed to be so excited because they're claiming this woman's black and that she's going to be sworn in by another black woman and that she's black, blackity, black, black is all he keeps saying. He's not said one thing that she's going to do. And let's not forget how the last time she was on his show during the other election cycle, he had her singing the words to the song Atomic Dog. He didn't ask her anything substantive. He didn't ask her anything beneficial. He didn't ask her about policy. He didn't ask her about what decisions that she was for. He asked her to say the lyrics to the song Atomic Dog. Okay, marinate on that if you can. All right?
That not sin.
Maria,
I make the whole body vibrate.
Maria, I can go deeper than that. You got a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated reading in a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated into the damn White House. What's wrong with y'all?
On MLK holiday.
On MLK holiday. He's talking about sororities, MLK holidays, her being black. Lord have mercy. And y'all, the saddest part is that he thinks he's really saying something. He really thinks that he's saying something. Whoo, honey. These are the type of Negroes that I just cannot. All right, so there you all heard it. That man sitting there talking about bull crap, okay? He's sitting there talking about she's black, talking about her getting sworn in by Ketanji Brown Jackson, talking about the sororities and fraternities. What the hell does that have to do with the price of tea in China? What does it have to do with the things that we want and need and deserve? And then here's the thing. Now, I don't think you heard it in this clip, but in the TikTok video I did about it, you actually hear the guy in the background, one of his co-hosters saying, yeah, and y'all mad because she ain't talking about reparations? Do you believe it? I mean, can you imagine how stupid of a black person you have to be to think that we're fools and that we shouldn't be upset because she's not asking or she's not talking about reparations? Because all she wants to do is talk about BS. And they're sitting there talking about Greek sororities and fraternities. But we're wrong for asking about reparations. You see, these are the type of Negroes. They don't want us asking for anything. They don't think we should be asking for anything. I just want you all to pay attention. Okay, let me just get off of it before I run my blood pressure up again, okay? Because this is all crazy. With that all being said, let's talk about Diddy and this nefariousness he has going on yet again. Now, this man has sued Diddy and has been granted a restraining order to boot. Let's get into it. That's him right there. This man's name is Derek Lee Cordello Smith. Okay, so now let's talk about what's going on here. This man says that he was graped by Diddy at a party in Detroit in 1997. Now, let me just give you a little bit of backstory. First of all, this man's currently an inmate. He had convictions in 1998, convicted of 2 counts of third-degree sexual conduct. He then got parole. Once he got parole, he even committed more sexual offenses afterwards, according to prosecutors. Okay, so clearly he's nefarious too. And in fact, in 2008, he was hit with 6 counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct, 2 counts of kidnapping, and he pled no contest. Now, in 2019, he was convicted of 4 counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct, and then basically he said that in 1998, he was actually set up by the cops with that first conviction. I guess that's what he was talking about, but he said that he was set up by the police. Now, here's what happened with him and Diddy, and I'm going to play the video of him in court trying to get the restraining order. Now, so he says that he, Diddy, and some women at this party back in Detroit in 1997, they were having group sex. Now, of course, he was having the relations with the women and not Diddy. But then he says Diddy wanted to get with him. And so when Diddy started trying to, have sex with him, he said he just got up. He was done at that point. He got up and sat on the couch. Okay. Then he says Diddy came and told him that he had fixed him a drink. And he gave him the drink, and he said he'd already had, some drinks earlier or whatever. And then Diddy comes and gives him this drink. And then afterwards, Diddy tells him, oh, I put a little something extra in it for you. So the guy then passed out and then says that when he came back to, Diddy told him that he had gotten that, did the do to him while he was unconscious, and basically told him he was going to get it regardless. Okay, all nefarious. All nefarious. All right. So please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, here are some excerpts from what he said or alleged in his lawsuit. And let's keep in mind, this is all alleged. Diddy has not said that he's done any of these things. He's denied all the allegations that have come out against him thus far. Okay, but this is this man's story, and this is what was in his lawsuit. Now, in one part of the lawsuit, he says plaintiff was excited to attend this gathering and did so because this is Sean Puff Daddy Combs, Bad Boys. Plaintiff had participated in and consumed alcohol with Mr. Combs and the ladies and other security. Puffy was shockingly cool and someone who seemed like a really decent, normal guy. He says, I then went to get another drink. And Sean asked me if I needed something else. I said no. And he said, here, drink this one. And I thought it was another glass of Jim Beam. So I took it because I had set one down in the other room. And then I drank some more, and I stayed sitting there and began getting drowsy and started to pass out. And then Sean Combs said to me, I added a little something to it for you. I will get that for you anyway. I will get that from you anyway, one way or another. And y'all know what he was talking about, bussy. Okay. I then passed out. The defendant raped me. The defendant actually assaulted me. The defendant paid Detroit and Monroe police officers to keep it hidden, and they hid it very, very well and have kept it hidden for many decades, but not anymore. I was a victim of his. This man also says, for FYI, he also said in the documents, which I didn't put up here, but he also said, basically he talked about how the police covered it up, that Diddy paid the police to cover it up and all of that. And Diddy had all this power and was able to get things done, which we've already heard this all before. Now, the property sale, transfer of title or deed should not take place. Oh, let me stop right there because you all won't know what this is about. Now, that is one of the things that he was talking about in court. So I'll go back to that. But so let's get into the court proceedings. Okay, and here's what an attorney said about this defendant. Okay, some years ago, he said petitioner has filed, because this man's very litigious. Okay, this man has filed lawsuit after lawsuit or different motions and things against different entities. Now, they haven't said any of it was frivolous, mind you, but they did say that he likes to file lawsuits when something happens or whatever. And so this attorney said that petitioner has also filed a number of habeas corpus petitions or habeas petitions that related to prison conditions or misconduct determinations. Okay, courts have dismissed these petitions because the issues raised were not cognizable on habeas review. Now, additionally, petitioner has filed a number of petitions relating to the denial of parole. Petitioner also filed one petition relating to a first-degree murder conviction and sentence. Okay, petitioner reports he was sentenced for the offense on the same day as his 2008 convictions, but the court can find no record of that conviction or sentence. Finally, petitioner filed one petition that did not indicate what state action he was challenging or why he was challenging it. So like I said, he files numerous paperwork. Okay. And he's likely learned how to do this very well sitting in prison, because they go to the library and they start reading up on all this stuff, and he's filing these habeas petitions and all of that, basically saying that he's in prison wrongly, or that, under the wrong conditions. All right. So with that all being said, now let's go to this Zoom meeting where he was talking to the judge and trying to get this restraining order against Diddy, because he was suing Diddy for $100 million. And then he said that Diddy was basically trying to get rid of his properties. Remember when I reported to you guys that Diddy was trying to sell his property in LA and Humbly Hills, and he was trying to get 70 million for it when he only paid 40 million? Well, that guy said this is the reason. He's going to get into the reason why Diddy supposedly put that property up for sale.
009 versus Sean Puff Daddy Combs, also known as Sean P. Diddy, also known as Diddy, Bad Boy Records label owner, founder, also known as Puff P. Daddy, Bad Boy, Diddy Run the City, Sean Combs, also known as Sean Puffy Combs. And this is file number 24-7362NO. I'll grab your paperwork here real quick out of this other paperwork. We do have Mr. Cardello Smith appearing from the Michigan Department of Corrections. Sir, where are you currently located?
I'm located at the Ernest C. Brooks Correctional Facility, 2500 South Sheridan Drive, Muskegon, Michigan, 49444, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir.
Or your honor.
Thank you. So I do see that we do have a proof of service on Mr. Combs, but for purposes of this hearing, you filed a motion for a temporary restraining order and or a preliminary injunction to stop all sales of the property and assets attached to or involved with said property based on the interest of plaintiff and plaintiff's connections to defendant's sexual assault of plaintiff Derek Lee Cardello Smith, requiring a preliminary injunction and or a temporary restraining order. Do you wish to argue the motion today, sir?
Yes, your honor.
All right, you may proceed then.
Okay, the purpose of it is based on two actions taken by Mr. Combs himself, directly with me here. We did a live one-on-one visit in our prison visiting room. There's two meetings within the past 2 weeks with Mr. Combs on one meeting, and then a financial advisor on the other meeting on Mr. Combs' behalf. And he stated that he would make me an offer to end the case and what happened to me because of other things that he stated he has going on in his life right now, and he wants to sell everything off. And he made me a financial offer of $2.3 million to allow what happened to me to go away. And he stated that he's going to be selling his property, and under the 2005 California Civil Code 2881-2885, the creation of liens, which allows out-of-state justices and orders to cause a stop of any title transfer, property transfers in Los Angeles or any other place that he has property. He stated that he wouldn't be able to proceed with that sale. And he did it the day after I served him the suit. And he also said that he won't be filing an answer to the complaint. He said, you can find me in default or whatever. He has a better chance with default than he would with having a restraining order stopped. And I said, so you want to hide you want to hide your money and stop from being quite possibly paid to me if I'm given the benefit of a judgment in my favor for what you've done to me. And he pretty much said, yeah. He says, you know how we get down. And I said, okay, well, I disagree with how you get down. Your sale shouldn't go through.
So I'm gonna hold on.
I'm sorry.
Mr.
I'm sorry.
Cardello Smith. Okay, so you went in a different direction than I thought you were going into. I thought we were just gonna focus. No.
We are.
You kind of went off on a different direction than what your actual motion was.
Yeah.
So what I just want to say is settlement negotiations.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
In this case,
Separate
are
hearing.
probably better not, yeah, they're not
Yes.
to be placed on
I'm
the
sorry.
record today,
I
okay?
apologize.
No, it's okay. You're not an attorney. I understand that. So if we can just
Okay.
backtrack and focus just on your
Yes,
motion.
ma'am. I get what you want.
Okay, thank you.
If he's allowed to sell his property that he has in LA and the properties that are in his name being used and held by other people in Michigan, then it will cause me harm because I can be tied directly to those properties through loans and through other areas of investment that I did when I was out there and while in prison through money that I've sent. And if he's allowed to go through with any of the sales, I won't be able to recoup any of my monies or anything from him as a result of any possible judgment in this action, if he's allowed to proceed with it. And an injunction or restraining order would help ensure that he's not manipulating and selling the property to avoid his responsibility in these matters here. That's what a temporary restraining order would do. It would prevent that from happening. Because it's a very serious matter. It involves a lot of money. And him selling this would help him avoid his liability for these actions done upon me. And I was just hoping that I'd be able to get the restraining order to prevent that. There won't be any harm to him, any of the parties. There won't be any harm to him in any way. And if it's deemed that it's not justified, then he can go ahead and go through with the sale at the end of the case. But one has to be put in place to stop this from happening.
Okay, okay, so thank you very much. I'm gonna check one more of your filings. So I'm gonna step off the bench for 2 seconds and I'll be right back, all right?
Yes, Judge Anzalone.
Thank you.
You with the defense?
No, sir. I'm having a hearing and they stopped the hearing so you could be heard.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're
Nice tie.
welcome. Thank you.
Couldn't wear one. They don't give us ties.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Right. Yeah, there is.
But they have clip-ons, you know.
Yeah. Clip-ons are the best, aren't they?
So I received your complaint and all the attachments to it. And then I received this motion. And I just wanted to take a moment to review back through the U.S. District Civil Docket and your complaint. So I did do that. That's all. And,
Yes.
okay. Anything else?
Everything that you're looking at, they're all tied in together. Every part, as crazy as this seems, as outrageous as it seems, it all ties in. Every bit of it, every facet.
Okay. All right. Well, I have a proof of service showing that Mr. Combs was served on July 6th of 2000 and let me see, is that 24?
Yes, Your
Yep.
Honor.
File the affidavit and request for default. Okay.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
And obviously you'll be able to file that before a pretrial date anyway. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, so
All
the
right,
order was
so-
granted?
The order, your ex parte motion was granted, or your motion for a temporary restraining order was granted. I've signed it. And so we'll get that processed and back to you, and then you'll have to obviously serve that on the parties.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Can your order
All right.
say any, Your Honor, can you add on your order any Michigan representatives of him acting on his behalf for Michigan properties as well as part of that order? Or does your order cover everything?
You provided the order, so I'm going off.
Yes,
the
I
order
did. Yes,
you-
I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah, so I'm going off the order you provided to me, and I've signed that
Okay,
order
that's-
already.
That's what I
Okay.
needed. Thank you. All right,
All
thank
right,
you, Your Honor.
thank you, Mr. Cardello Smith, and we'll make sure the writ's done, and we'll see you back in September. Thank you.
Woo, honey, this is all nefarious. Okay, what does Diddy not do? And I want you to pay attention because in the lawsuit, as I was reading it, it sounds very reminiscent of the things that Rodney Jones, aka Lil Rod, was alleging, and some of the other victims as well. And then also pay attention to the fact that this man says that this party that he was at with Diddy in 1997 was in Detroit. Now, Diddy has another victim who's alleging certain things that happened, and she's also from Detroit. Remember the 17-year-old that went to his studio, supposedly, that was picked up by Harv Pierre and some third man, but they never listed who that man was. I guess she didn't know who he was. She was listed as Jane Doe in the lawsuit. This is all crazy. Putting stuff in people's drinks is something Diddy allegedly has been doing for decades, okay? It said he put something in his drink and then had the nerve to tell him. I said, I put you a little something extra in there, and I'm going to get that from you one way or another. I mean, it's the boldness of it all for me. But I guess you can be bold when you have all this money, you have power, and you have all these people in high places behind you, and even allegedly law enforcement, not to mention supposedly working with the feds. So this is all real crazy, okay? This is crazy. Diddy is a whole hot mess, and I believe every word. I believe absolutely every word that man said. And now we see why he was trying to sell off that property. And here's the thing. He's trying to sell that home in Humble Hills. Well, I don't know who in their right mind would want to buy any home that Diddy has lived in with all the freaky deaky stuff that was going on in there. It's no telling how many nefarious demons, malevolent spirits are floating around. Okay? Please. Make it all make sense. Pencillola said, bona fide diabolical predator. Exactly. That is clearly what he sounds like. Okay? Leon said he's ugly to the bones. All right. This is all crazy. Miss Evie says, hold on. No, Mel Wells says, Queen, please do it live on his relationship. You know what? I might just do that, beloved. Thank you. Okay. I might just do that because it's very strange. That relationship is very strange. Okay. And I have some more information on Diddy that I'll bring out tomorrow, just so y'all know. All right. So with that all being said, Juju said the queen is queen. And thank you. So with that all being said, it's still nefarious. Now let's get into, and basically here's the thing. Someone asked why the man was in prison. You must have come in late, beloved. This man had a slew of charges and they were mostly about sexual criminal acts, okay? And then at one point it was also kidnapping and all of that. And like I said, he was filing these habeas petitions and all of that, basically alleging wrongful detention, okay? Because that's what that means, okay? So anyway, honey, this is all nefarious. Now let's get into it and talk about what Young Miami had to say. Now, I'm not going to play the video because I don't have permission. It's on Revolt TV, I do believe, whatever, but at the end of the day, I'm going to play the audio when she sat down with Saucy Santana. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Let me go ahead and cue this real quick. Because she says her and Diddy were in love. And that stuff that everybody's accusing Diddy of, she's never experienced any of that.
And I told myself that I wasn't going to be strategic or try to find the right words to say that I wanted to tell my truth, my story on my platform where I feel safe. And I'm ready to get into all the smoke. Clock that T. Bitch, catch you. So, shit, nobody.
Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make.
Hold on, guys. Commercial.
But if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Nobody called me. Shit, no. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm going through a lot, and some days I just be like, everybody go through this in their career and their life. I feel like in life, everybody go through something, whether it's a breakup, a divorce, a death, just like whatever it is. And I feel like, let it out. This is a safe space. This is your space to be vulnerable.
Okay, you all can't see it right here. You all can't see it, but right here, she starts to tear up. Okay, she's getting emotional.
And just really, let out how you feel. So mentally, like, 1 minute I'm happy, 1 minute I'm sad, 1 minute I'm kind of like, fuck this shit. And then the next minute, I'm looking at my kids and I'm like, I ain't bring us this far to go backwards.
Yeah.
I work hard. You get what I'm saying? Like, I put in a lot of time and effort in this shit. I did it when I was pregnant alone. And I feel like in life, you got to go through shit to get through shit. Like, Usher said that, and I was like, wow, that's some real shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like in life, everybody is going through something. Whether it's a divorce, whether it's a death, whether it's they just lost their job, just anything. And that's what keep me going, because I know that, like, life not perfect. And we got to learn from our mistakes, and life is a lesson. And I feel like the people that I thought that would be in my corner, or that are like, when I was going through this shit, nobody called me. Nobody called me to see how I was doing. Like, people was really like, how you thought.
Yeah. So when it comes to Diddy, why do you think that you are so heavily involved in everything? Like, everything that comes out about him, like you said, it's automatically, well, what you think? Well, how you feel? What you got to say?
Because people feel like I was Diddy's biggest cheerleader, and I made him my brand. And I feel like Diddy was on brand for me. I got with Diddy environment to my life. I had him at the office. I was still doing rich roulette in the split. Right on. Ari slap on my ass. I didn't never think I was bigger than the program. I was still on my City Girls shit. I was still doing remixes. Don't play with it.
I was Gucci Man.
I was still working. City Girls was on tour with Jack Harlow. We had At Bad. You know, Diddy came to me with the song. Told JT, let's get on this record. Like, I was still doing City Girls shit. I was heavily involved in the group. I never thought I was bigger than the program.
So with Diddy, what was your experience with dating him? Because I feel like in the headlines, it's a lot of just chaos, and it's a lot of allegations. And so I think that's what makes people feel like, well, since you were so heavily involved, you were a part of these things, or you were around these things. So what was your experience like, dating him?
Well, I met Diddy at P Party, and I met him when he was in a love era. And I met Diddy when the world was celebrating him and giving him his flowers while he was alive. Like, he was getting the Global Icon Award, the Lifetime Achievement Award, the Key to the City. He had a new album that was coming out. So I was celebrating him with the world. And I just feel like everybody trying to crucify me for it. Like, you was his advocate, you was his cheerleader, but I was just celebrating when the world was celebrating him. So why am I being crucified, or why am I being separated?
Let me say this. Now, she's sitting here acting as though she's clueless as to why people have gone in on her. Well, the reason people have gone in on her, because first of all, I believe that she absolutely did know some of the nefarious things that Diddy was into. I believe she was in fact involved in some of the nefariousness with him. Let us not forget that in the lawsuit about the sexual assault allegedly committed by his son, Christian King Combs, Young Miami was on that yacht that night. She was on that yacht that night because they were in fact playing a game called Carisha Please. Okay. And then they also said in that same lawsuit that Diddy was dared to expose himself, and his mother was sitting right beside him, and he did it. So please don't sit here, Young Miami, and act like you didn't know what Diddy was all about. Another thing is how you know that she likely knew what he was all about. It's because when she got into it with Diddy's ex, and she told her something about she'll make her bow down and let Diddy do something to her. It was some kind of threat that she basically made. You all remember that, I'm sure, because it was all over the internet. So she could sit here and act like she didn't know this side of Diddy. She just knew this good part of him or whatever, but I'm not falling for that. I don't believe her. I think that she was a willing participant in the bullshit. Okay. And let's not forget how she talked about the golden showers. And then later, after the stuff comes out on Diddy, she tries to walk it back and say that she was just joking. Who says that for a joke when you're doing an interview? Okay. But let's continue.
When I was dating him, it was love. The frequency is how we used to laugh. Because that's like, it's always, what's up, queen? Yes. So I just felt like I met him like in a whole new area, and that wasn't my experience. Like, when I met him, it was just like, I told y'all on season 1, I even asked him, like, why you fucking with me? Why you fucking with a city girl? Yeah.
Let's stop right here and have a word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
All right, so you can get your 12 Tribes at Lisa Crafts on Etsy.com and also at Walmart.com. Now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Why you coming into my room? Because I'm on some whole other shit. Like, you know my lyrics and stuff. And it's just like, when I got with him, he was just a man.
Girl, wait until you see this shade.
Unreal. It's a perfect match for you. I have to blend 3 shades together.
Mom, what rock have you been living on? Undertones are key. And House Labs is so right.
Hold on, beloved.
Only at Sephora.
Like, it was more of like, okay, we ain't gonna do that. We gonna sit, we gonna communicate, we gonna get solutions. What's going on? Like, we ain't even going that route. So that was my experience with him.
So a lot of the things that people really like say about him, you didn't experience that as in dating. That's not something that you saw. So is that the reason why you never said anything? Is that the reason why when all of these allegations and lawsuits came apart, like, why didn't you speak?
Because I can't speak on something that wasn't my experience. And I can't speak on something that I don't know. I can't speak on these allegations because I wasn't around at the time. I don't know that person, and that wasn't my experience.
So with you being, I feel like, a survivor of domestic violence, he never hit you in a relationship. He was never violent. Was that something that you had to tolerate, or that wasn't a part of, because I feel like that's the biggest thing to him right now is, what he going through in these lawsuits and, that video that came out. And it's like, I feel like a lot of people are wondering, was that your experience? And I know personally that you've been through domestic violence before, and I don't think that's something that you've grown from and that you don't tolerate.
I've been through domestic violence in 2 relationships. And I told myself after the second relationship, I would never put myself in that situation again, especially now being that I'm a mom. I was a mother then, but like having a daughter, like I would never put myself in that position. I don't stand for domestic violence. I'm just not going for that.
So do you feel like with dating Diddy, like, was it a business relationship? Do you feel like it was beneficial for you?
I feel like it was beneficial for both of us. I think that, I was able to come and be a brand ambassador for DeLeon and take it to a whole nother level, because I feel like, I won't say nobody wasn't drinking DeLeon, but...
Nobody wasn't drinking DeLeon.
But when I came, it was just like, it's a city where summer we drink DeLeon, we acting bad, so I feel like I was an asset. I honestly just feel like with Diddy, like, I met him at a P party, and I don't know what his intentions was, but I don't know if it was like business or if he really liked me, but I felt like, when he got me, he really saw something in me, and that's why he was like, you know what, you got a big personality, like, you should do a podcast, like, you know how to engage in conversations, like, you know how to ask good questions, so I felt like, I came into his world, and I was able to, like, turn everything he had going on up a notch. Like, he had DeLeon. I was able to have the whole world drinking DeLeon, putting in his songs. Like, I made it popular, Yeah. And then with Revolt, I was able to come and make it the #1 podcast on Revolt.
Yeah.
So I felt like, and then with him, it was like he was able to, take my career to the next level. I did the Met Gala. I got ready with Vogue. Like, I wasn't going into the relationship thinking like, I want to get a purse. I want to go on private jets. I want to get diamonds. Like, I feel like I'm up under a mogul. I want to learn something. Like, I want to learn business. I want to learn how to, okay, you got a network. How can I get a network? Or, you had a Sean John. How can I make Carisha Please the next Sean John? So I went into that relationship, like, on a like, more of, like, I want to become a mogul, and I want to learn up under you. Most people just want to get their body done. You want to get a trip. You wanna just do that video. I wasn't one of them.
And I that's what I respect about you, because even though you a city girl, meeting your best friend and knowing you very womanly. I always say that, and like just a grown woman. And so I even seen the elevation in your production, and your team that you started hiring businessmen.
Okay, I'm gonna fast forward. Then we're gonna be up out of here. Because at one point he asked her if her and Diddy were broken up, which I thought that was obvious.
Hold on. This is non-dairy?
My last question for the smoke. Are you still dating Puff Daddy?
I'm not. I said I was going to tell my truth. I think that it really, really, really hurt me, because I just feel like, Puff was a really, really good person to me. I feel like he came and he helped me, and, he elevated me, and he saw a lot of things in me. And I feel like that's like one of his specialties. Like, he know how to like find people and, identify their talent. And he was able to see more than music in me. And I felt like he brought out another side of me. Like, he brought out like my jitsu side. Like, my woman side. Like, it was like a lot of things that I didn't see in me that he brought out of me. Like, baby girl, you more than music.
Okay, so there you have it. Ivy. All right, so here's where I'm at with it. To me, Young Miami just crawled up out of the woodwork. She's trying to get back on her podcast thing or whatever. And to me, this is nothing more than an attempt at sympathy. Oh, woe is me. Nobody checked on me. Nobody came to see how I was doing and all of that. Girl, sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. At the end of the day, she didn't check on the victims, did she? Did she speak out about any of the victims? Okay, at the end of the day, no, she didn't. So I'm sorry, I don't have any sympathy for her. At the end of the day, I think that she was a willing participant, and I feel no sympathy nor empathy for her situation. Okay, and it's interesting that now she's talking about her kids, because I, quite frankly, don't recall her ever talking about her children before. But hey, that's just me. Okay, so All Hell No said, this whole interview reeks of moistness, mildew, and ignorance. Oh my God, y'all are crazy. April said, quiet as a mouse. Regina said, exactly, okay. All right. M. Shady said she should slide back into private living. Terry Hint says she probably signed an NDA. No doubt, I would believe it. Okay, Miss Eve says she's a whole entire liar. She was a willing participant. I absolutely believe it. Absolutely, without a doubt. Okay. You son said, sorry, I got urinated on. Listen, I can't feel sorry for her, because like I said, when she was going in on that other girl that Diddy used to talk to, she gave 0 Fs, and she was talking smack. And just from the way she expressed herself to that young lady, let me know that she clearly knows how Diddy gets down. That's all I'm saying. With that all being said, everyone please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. There is the link for the next broadcast. I hope to see you all there. We got to talk about Travis Scott getting arrested. He couldn't even believe it. Okay, he assaulted a security guard at a hotel, supposedly, allegedly. And he says that to the police, y'all really gonna lock me up? Like, he couldn't believe it. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Trump has agreed to debate Kabami, and I'm here for it. Okay, this whole election is going to be a circus. Okay, with that all being said, everyone, I hope you enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hit him with that flavor.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on